My guest today is Jassim Al Shamali. He's an engineer by profession, a CrossFit athlete, a level 2 instructor, and a certified judge from Qatar. Our conversation today is about his weight loss journey and his love for CrossFit and fashion. Enjoy. First of all, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you
Thank
being here today.
thank you for having me.
You had a drastic weight loss
Yeah.
journey,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And it would not be fair if I don't
Yeah.
mention that.
Yeah.
Can you take me through
Okay.
how did that go, or how did that get started?
So I think it was like around 2011. Or 2011, yeah, 2011, 2013, maybe. Uh, I, I was like, yani, I gained weight like what everyone else is doing. I graduated university. I started working my new job. I didn't really care about fitness that much, and so I was eating, and but in my mind, I thought that uh, I'm eating, but like I walk like 30 minutes a day or something like this, corniche or go to the gym. I'm doing my job to stay in healthy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that I was actually gaining more weight. And as I my third or fourth year of working in the company that I'm working in, it just like started to feel a little bit, waking up in the morning wasn't as exciting. I would feel tired going up the stairs, and I would get those little get heavy breath. When I pray, you know how like. يعني بعد السجود we sit after
Yeah.
sajda, and that was very uncomfortable for me, and it was very painful, and I didn't know, um, to this, even when that happening, I didn't know it was because of I'm gaining so much weight. And then I went and I weighed myself, and then I think I got up to like 197, 198 kgs at one point. And the gastric sleeve surgery was just starting, and I was told about it. And so I went and I did my consultation, and they told me that I was a candidate for gastric sleeve surgery. Um, I did the gastric sleeve surgery. I think I lost about like 40 kgs maybe, or something like this, or 50. I went down
Within one period? Like, how long was that period?
it was like 7 months. It was like 7 months after the surgery. And so the lightest I got was 130 135, 130, no, 138, 139. So that's like almost 60 kgs I lost. But the doctor told me that doesn't mean, because the gastric sleeve surgery is basically they just make your stomach smaller.
Okay.
And
I was about to ask you, like, is there a
yeah.
difference, like, because you keep on mentioning sleeve, is that
Yeah, there's the gastric sleeve. They just like make they don't do anything. They just cut like big part of your stomach.
okay?
So your stomach is smaller. So if you see like the way the when you eat the food, the channel that the food goes through and then goes to the stomach,
Yeah.
it will just, the pouch is like very small. So so you will not feel as hungry, so you'll eat like just a limited amount of time. However, the resilience of the human body, after at least 2 years, the stomach has the ability to expand again,
wow.
back to its either original size or like a bigger size, because that's how we were created.
Did it affect your what do you call, like, your appetite? Was that
So it did for a while. It did for a while. Like I didn't think that
it's not that kind of thing where, like, you feel because of like when you have a meal, like, it's not because you felt full, right? Or was it
Yeah,
a mix of both?
it was a mix of both. It was a mix of both. Like it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to eat this food anymore, or something like that. But like you could eat like 2 bites and then you feel full.
Okay.
But then after a while, like the cravings are there for the food.
Yeah.
So, but then in your mind it's like, oh, I can't eat a whole Big Mac, but I can eat like a couple of bites of a Big Mac, and then I would feel full. But then I would still eat a Big Mac. You know, like it's not like oh, I can't eat Big Macs anymore. I don't feel
Yeah.
that I want to eat Big Mac, or I can't eat French fries anymore. I can't eat Nutella. Oh, and Nutella. So because of the Nutella, you know, the Nutella chocolate was now I can't. I mean, I would eat Nutella, but like not like I used to. But like when I had the surgery, because it's liquid,
Yeah.
so it when you eat it, like it doesn't feel like it's like filling up your stomach. It feels
Oh, okay.
so you would eat,
Keep on
and
eating
I would keep on eating Nutella, and so I guess that's why I started gaining some of my weight back, and then I went back up to like 170. So total weight loss for me was 20
20 kg.
20 kgs
Yeah.
because of I didn't commit to a healthy lifestyle when it comes. I didn't change my lifestyle after I had my surgery.
I see.
And then I went back to the doctor, and then he suggested another surgery. And that's when I was like, am I gonna keep living my life just like doing surgeries and like you know, getting this much progress, and then I'm not getting any more, and then I go get another surgery? I don't know. So a friend of mine, I was visiting a friend of mine in Kuwait, and he was like, let me take you to this place, and then he took me to this place called Circuit Plus. They're the original one. We walk in, there are like guys, it was like 2 floors, but then the ground floor, like there were guys like shirtless and like dropping weights and screaming and like going running outside and then coming back in and like lifting weights. And I'm like, what is this? And he said, don't worry about it. We're not here for that. This is called CrossFit. We go upstairs and we do something like a HIIT class. And then we did the HIIT class and it was fun. But I was still fascinated by what's going on downstairs, and I told my friend, "What is that?" And he was like, "Oh, CrossFit is just like this very intense sport. It's new. It just came to Kuwait, and I think it was around 2013,
Oh, wow.
2013, 2014, something like around that time." And I was still fascinated. Like I didn't know what was that. So when I came back to Doha, I was Googling what is CrossFit, and that video, there's a video when you type what is CrossFit in YouTube, you would see a video, and the video popped up, and then there were people from all shapes and sizes
Yeah.
talking about it, and they say that it's for everybody and all that, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I tried to find a place in Doha that would do that, and I found a couple of places. I emailed them both. One place wasn't available to give me any classes, any foundation classes at the time,
I see.
but the other one was like, come on in, we'll do your foundation classes, and then you can, you know, decide if you like it or not. And I went there, and yeah, the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Prior to that, did you have any sport experiences? Did you do any sports before that?
So I played rugby in college, but that's as far. Well, when I was younger, like my parents would put me in summer camps, like Nadi Saifi. So I played handball, I played tennis, I did karate.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
You were quite active in sports.
Younger me, like a younger me, but like and then in college, I played rugby in college, and literally, it was sophomore year, junior year of college. I played rugby, and then I stopped senior year because I wanted to focus on my studies and I wanted to graduate.
I see.
And I thought it was gonna distract me from getting good grades and
Yeah.
graduating, and so I stopped playing rugby, and I just like kept on, you know, eating and studying, and I graduated with good grades, and then we came back to Doha to start working. No sports until, you know, after I found
Good.
CrossFit. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Listening to that, I can kind of relate because I also grew up around sports and stuff. And I did karate
Nice.
for some time. I was actually part of the national team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Nice.
like it was something I always thought as a career.
Yeah.
But like you said, with studies and stuff, I didn't know how to juggle it. You
Same.
know?
Same.
And so I've always had this weight problem. Like I'll in like 1 year I'll lose like crazy amounts of weight and then like be able to be in my weight category to compete. And then as soon as I'm done with the competition,
خلاص.
my weight would double.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And so now so I also went through the phase of like doing like so many different sports and like even recently I've done HIIT training, I've done
Nice.
CrossFit for some time. And I for some reason I can't find something that I enjoy.
You like, yeah.
Yeah. And so like I love CrossFit and not all aspects of it
Yeah.
because it's quite like there's gymnastics and there's
Yeah.
endurance and there's a lot of different aspects to it. And so like the one part I really loved was the weightlifting. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
the lifting is
Yeah.
has always impacted me and just like I love doing that and watching people lifting these weights and
Yeah.
the explosiveness of that was always so interesting. And so I would understand what you kind of went through and stuff.
Yeah.
So how did you keep that mentality or that motivation to keep on actually training and competing in CrossFit?
So when I first started CrossFit, I was like, you know, like you were saying, like I love the weightlifting part of it because, you know, big guys like us, gymnastics is not our forte, endurance is not our forte. So I would always love like when if there's like a deadlift class, a squat class, cleans, and sometimes snatches, but like I love those classes because I know I could lift more. And then when people will be like, you've been doing CrossFit for so long, like the first couple of years, and they're like, but you're not losing weight. Um, but in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but how much can you deadlift? How much can you do this? Like, I was like that competitive. I'm doing better than you, but I was still even with doing CrossFit. I think I was little bit in how can I say, like comfort zone in that regard, like the competing aspect of it. Like I would go to the CrossFit Games every year and I watch the athletes and I watch them compete, and I have this thing within me that I want to do the same thing. Like I want to compete, I want to see what my body can do, I want to see what are my limitations when it comes to physical tests, but I never got the courage to do it. Uh, when I was in uh, younger, or we all have different experiences in school.
Yeah.
And so when we used to play football, like I wasn't the athletic, one of the most athletic kids in school, but when we play football in physical education class, and then like they're choosing teams, I wasn't one of the first people to be chosen, right?
Yeah. I can relate.
Yeah, and then what people don't realize is like that kind of stays with you for like a long time.
It does. It does.
Even when like however old we are right now, it's still in your mind. Like to this day, when I go to a team WOD, in any gym, my gym, or like even outside, and they're like, okay guys, find someone and be partners with, or find a team of three or something. I would never approach, like I would never go up to anyone and be like, hey guys, do you want to be team? Or like, hey, do you want to partner up? Because in my mind, I'm still that kid that's like no one wants to, they will only choose because they don't have anybody. And so I would literally like just like would slowly take
Pull
myself
away.
back in the room and be like standing there, and whoever doesn't end up with someone, I will be like, they're like, oh, I need someone. I'm like, oh, hey, I don't have a partner. So the first Phoenix Games rolls down and they announced like you can do teams. It was teams of two, the first one.
Yeah.
And then I get one of the coaches, the head coaches in my gym, comes up to me and he's like, "Do you want to sign up for it?" I'm like, "As what?" And he goes, "Let's do a partner. Let's do team as partners." I'm like, "You're my coach. You're a coach in the gym, and I'm me. Why would we sign up together?" And he goes, it's okay. Let's have fun. And I say, well, if you go with someone on your level, you have a chance at least like podiuming. Why would you sign up with someone like I was still like, why is he asking me to partner up with him? And he goes, don't worry about it. We're just gonna, dress up as matching outfits, and we'll do matching shoes, and we'll just look like a flashy team because everyone that knows me know that I just love to like wear the colorful shorts
Yeah.
and crazy shoes, and so he was selling me on that point, and he was telling me let's do that together, um, and I was like, okay, cool. So we signed up for the competition. I tell you, because he's my coach, like he knew when, even at the workout, like he knew when to push me and he knew when to back out.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing, like one of my,
That's the perfect partner,
yeah,
to be honest.
exactly. And I had like one of my most amazing experiences doing the first iteration of the Phoenix Games with my coach.
That was your first competition to
So I did like the first competition on that scale. Like I did the in between, like in the club, in the gym ones, like the
Yeah.
small gym ones, stuff like this.
Yeah, like the CrossFit Opens or
Yeah,
the gyms
yeah.
competitions within like
Within inside the gym, like
subgym.
I did
Yeah.
like this scale, like with people coming in and watching and cheering you on, and you're actually competing against like proper like teams and stuff like this. And that was like my first one doing it. And it, it like I afterwards, like I realized what he was doing, and he just gave me a push like I don't think I could I that I needed. And it was an amazing push. But then that was the first year, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, I did it, that's it. The next year comes around for
Yeah.
Phoenix Games, but this time it's teams of three.
Yeah.
He comes to me again and he goes, let's do it. I'm like, no, I don't think so. You can do it by yourself. I was like, don't worry about it. We'll do it. And then he chose our third, and then we do it. And then we ended up, I forgot, like 11 or 10th out of 30 teams or something like this.
Yeah, I remember that very well. Like
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
you guys were doing really well.
So
Like
yeah, we did very well, but like it wasn't like I was just like relying on them both, but like they were like stronger than me, obviously. But they gave me, they knew where my strengths were, and they gave me that part when we were doing the workouts, and that gave me like another boost of confidence. And cut to this year. So this year I was like, I want to see if I can do these things by myself. So I signed up for, like, I just came back from Dubai. I did the High Rocks competition there. High Rocks, you can do a team or you can do solo, and I did it solo, and I finished it, and I managed to finish it slower than a lot of people, but like for me, it was amazing that I did it by myself, and I finished it. I am doing the Phoenix Games this year also individually,
wow.
and so it's like the if it wasn't for the past 2 years that I did the Phoenix Games with teams and with people like the caliber of my coach and the other coach that did it with us when we did three,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have had the courage to sign up, like do High Rocks, and then I'm doing Phoenix Games individually this year as well. So now I'm like, oh my God, not only I'm just like getting fitter and I'm losing the weight and I'm living a healthy lifestyle, I'm also competing
Competing. Yeah.
and by myself. Like I'm getting that kind of like fire again. Doesn't matter how old, it doesn't matter how late in life, but it just feels so good. And I get it, and I get why like people sign up for these comps, and I get why people compete. I'm not doing it to podium or to be first or whatever, but like I'm just doing it to prove to myself and to prove to others. Like mainly, like I have nephews and I have nieces, and I have boys. My nephews, like I have boys, like teenagers. They look up to me, and I want them to see like their uncle. Um, he's older, because they keep teasing me sometimes, like, and that I'm older and stuff. But I'm doing this, and I'm competing, and I'm doing these things, and I want them to think that they can do
Wow.
whatever they set their minds to. And I'm really, really excited of doing it this year.
Well, big shout out to Coach Craig and
Coach Craig,
Sergey.
Sergey, yeah,
Yeah.
big shout out. they're competing again this year, but
Are they?
they're doing Phoenix 3 is Coach Greg, Sergey, and Coach Chris from Strongbox. Yeah, so Chris is my replacement, but I'm pretty sure they'll do very, very well.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I remember watching you for the Phoenix games 1 and even the second one, and I was like I was inspired to actually join, but
Mm,
I was like, no, I need to get back into shape, and
yeah.
then because away from the competition, away from the whole performance aspect of it and everything as a sport, just it looked like you guys were having fun. I know it was torturous, like
Yeah.
the workouts
The workouts were horrendous. Yeah.
but it looked so much fun,
Yes.
and like I'd see you at one point you'd huddle up with Craig and Sergey, and you guys have a little chat,
Yeah.
and then go back into it,
Yeah.
and just a beautiful thing to watch, to be honest.
It was so much fun. Yeah, and like you said, the workouts were not easy. A lot of the workouts were tough, but while we were doing them, yeah, we know we were doing them. We were giving them our all, and we're not breathing or whatever. But like we were having fun. Like we were smiling, strategizing.
Yeah.
Once we're done with the workout, like we would go where the athlete area is,
Yeah.
and then we'd be like just chilling and laughing and like, okay, that one is done. Let's focus on the next one. And that's what I hope to bring this time around when I do it by myself, that I don't stress out that much and I just make sure that I'm having fun. And yeah, it's my first time doing it again solo, and I'm as much as I'm nervous about it, I know I'm just gonna have fun. I'm just gonna have fun and give it my all, and let's see what it goes.
Given that you've actually been to every CrossFit Games in the States, and now this is the third edition of the Phoenix Games, how do you see the community, and how do you see the sport growing in this part of the region? Because it's quite different
Yes.
back in the States, and
Yeah.
how they compete, but not only the competition, but how the different levels of athletes that you find over there, and the competition is quite um different. Yeah,
Yeah.
fierce compare to here. It's I don't want to say it's not fierce, it's quite fierce
Yeah.
also here. But it has been growing, and
Yes.
more and more new faces and people have been coming to the games. I just wanted to get your thoughts about that.
So, like you said, it's relatively new in this part of the world, in this region. I think it's more prominent in places like Dubai and Kuwait. And now Saudi, I think, also is have a thriving community, CrossFit community as well. We have, I don't know, like, is it 8 or 9 CrossFit boxes in total? And
Around that, yeah.
I think it's like 8 or 9, and we have a good CrossFit crowd. So whenever there's a competition happening, you will see a lot of people turning up to either cheering their favorite athlete or people from their own gyms. Um, we have a long way to go when it comes to um, like you said, like I think athletically, our foundation is not the same as it is abroad,
Yeah,
in the States, because you would literally get like people that nowadays, like you got like teenagers like doing CrossFit
that's true.
that like will transition to once they become 18, like they would transition to like individual competing, and the teenagers up there, like the numbers that they put, if you watch them on Instagram, when it comes to like lifts and their general fitness is just like something to admire. Um, here to translate that mindset to a younger generation, I think is going to take time. But when it comes to like the national champions, the athletes of the sport, I think we are seeing an increase in that number. And every year for the Open, when a lot more guys sign up for the Open and do it, and then the faces of like who's gonna take it who's going to be Qatar's number one CrossFit. It's always up in the air.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, it's just going to be one guy that's like doing it. Like you got a few guys that are like
No, yeah,
different.
there's no dominance from
Yes,
one
yes,
athlete. Like you'll always see new faces
yeah,
coming
yeah,
into the into the CrossFit Open or even in the Phoenix Games.
yeah,
And I don't know if you've realized, but like every year it has been younger and younger
yes.
generations who have been coming and competing. So
And it's something like, for as a lover of the sport, it's something really nice to see. And like it just gives me hope that maybe we will have in a few years like a CrossFit Games level athlete
yeah,
coming from maybe not just the region, like Qatar, even like someone from Qatar like make it to the CrossFit Games 1 year, not this year, not next year, not the year after. It's gonna be a while, but I'm excited. Like I know it's gonna happen at some point, and like you said, like it's younger and younger every year,
yeah,
and even when I go to some some of the gyms, like either CrossFit Lucille or I see Irada, shout out to Irada,
yeah. Shout out to Canada.
CrossFit 1969. They got a few of the guys that like the younger guys that are like new to the sport, and because they got that like the raw talent
Yeah,
that needs to be honed a little bit with a good coaching. But like you see these guys, and I'm like, yeah, the sport is heading into a good direction.
wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wish I was like you when I was your age, but
You really love it.
yeah,
Like,
but I'm happy where I am, and with my progress, and I'm gonna cheer you on. Yeah,
wow. And so I think another aspect that we need to touch on, it's quite important, is that you don't only like I don't know how to bring it up, but like
tell me.
your fashion interest is quite interesting, to be honest. And I love it because you put it in all aspects of your life.
Yeah,
Like it's not only like something that you don't think about it when you want to go to only a function or an occasion, but even when you want to work out.
yeah,
I find that so
yeah.
intriguing and interesting that like you'll be very specific about what you wear and the way you look. Has that changed over the years, or have you grown more into it?
Yeah, I think I'm becoming more and more um like into how I like present myself. Like I don't necessarily have like a distinctive signature look,
Yeah,
but I do like to like you said, like play around with an experiment with different looks and different styles. I've always thought about, like, some people just don't understand it, but like I've always thought, dressing up is an expression of you,
yeah,
and expression of your personality. So it's almost like, not to be very philosophical about it, but like it's almost like an art
yeah.
for me. And I've always loved like, dressing up and being nicely, and uh trying to present myself in a very good way.
Were you always into that as a kid, or
Yeah,
because there's some sort of art that
yeah,
goes behind it,
yeah,
as far as like understanding the colors and
yeah,
how you want to be reflected to how people can perceive
yeah,
you, and also you've also been quite active in the fashion
yeah,
industry as
yeah,
far as going and meeting some of the big industry heads
yeah,
like Louis Vuitton, and
yeah.
it's and I also saw that you also had a pair of shoes that was actually made by Virgil.
Virgil Abloh,
Yeah,
Nike
rest
and
in
Louis
peace.
Vuitton.
And
Yeah, rest in peace, Virgil. We love the Abloh.
yeah, yeah. Was that something you've always were into as a kid, or?
So yes, so I can like go all the way back like to when I was like very very young. My mother, my mom and dad, like they had me. When they first got married, they weren't very lucky in conceiving, and so I think I came maybe 2 or 3 years after they got married. Um, there was a uh, I had a sibling that was born before I was, and but he didn't make it like past 1 month. And then my mom got pregnant with me, and she had me, and then 10 months later, like she had my brother. Like, so me and my brother will literally like we grew up together. We're like 10 months apart.
Wow.
And so I think because like she wasn't able to conceive immediately after she got married, and then she had us like both like back to back after I have pictures like when of us younger, like she would dress us up in like in all the kind of outfits, like she's been a lot of, you know how like moms are, but like and but then she would like put us in the same clothes, but then I would be blue and he would be red, and
Yeah.
then and they would give us the same toys, but like I'll be the blue toy and he would be the red toy. So like one of the things is like my love of the color blue is I think is because of that. Like when I was younger, like my mother like would put me in everything blue, and then put my brother in everything red. And then as I grew older, she was also like particular in how we would be dressed. Whether like going, I mean, into school is fine. Like it wasn't like now, like you know, in the 80s, growing up in the 80s,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that no uniform, thobe or
Or if you had sports on that day, you wear
yes,
sports.
you
Or
wear
if you
sports day. Yeah,
uh,
yes,
you
exactly.
probably like wear a shirt and
Yeah.
trousers.
So, but then, so the accessorization was like whether through the backpack or like the pencil case or like the shoes the sports shoes that they would buy us they will always make sure that we will stand out somehow.
Yeah,
And so it just came with me when I grew up. Um, when I gained the weight, I knew I couldn't like dress up, but I could stand out when it comes to shoes. So I started first with shoes,
oh, wow.
and I was like just wearing all different kind of shoes and experimenting with all that shoes. And then as I started losing weight again, I'm like, oh wait, I also love to dress up as well. And so I just like started, uh, trying to find like a style that fits me, but I am grateful that like I do not have a distinctive look, but you will know me, like if you see me, like you know me, like I just like I like to wear stuff that like however I'm feeling that day, you know.
Yeah,
So it's like I'm
yeah.
happy, I'm excited, I'm whatever. I just like express that in my clothing.
I also noticed you love certain types of shapes,
Yeah,
also certain types of
yeah,
um not only like the pictures or the artwork that's on the t-shirt
yeah,
or
yeah.
but like the like how the shape of that t-shirt is and things like that, and it's just
I try to do something, you know, like to see what works on me and what works on my body style and what works on my I think people like when you talk about like men's style or men's fashion, everyone's like, I'm just gonna put on a t-shirt and jeans. And I mean, you want your significant other, like you want women to look good for you.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure they also want to see you looking good for them.
Yeah, of course.
It's not a one-way street.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And it's also a self-expression
it's self, yes,
of who you are, your personality, and you know like I because I do a lot of like design work and
yes,
stuff, and so I think in a way we're like big posters walking around.
yeah. I
And so like
completely,
you'll see someone and you'll kind of, I mean, not to like say they are a big
yeah,
poster, but like you'll kind of know that person, or um you'll kind of find something that you can relate to
yeah,
that person, and
yeah,
sometimes that also breaks the ice, and you find similarities and you end up having great conversations
completely.
with certain people.
And as long as like in my mind, like if you are not hurting like anyone with it, like it's like wait, it's fine. It's not like I'm naked, you know. It's like I'm wearing what I'm feeling. Like I said, it's an expression. It's an
Yeah,
expression of me. It's an expression of my personality. This is what I feel like I can pull off. And then it's not like I'm looking at everything and wearing it, you know. It's like I see what I think I will look good in, and then I would do that. And I'm looking at myself like, okay, I like that. I like that. And then I would get a couple of like I went to this restaurant opening few couple of months ago, and I wore this is like it's a collector's piece. It's these are short pants, but they were like they're not ripped from the side, but they were like tie like it's like rope like
Okay, like a kind of like a ribbon.
yeah, so they were like ribbon, like three here and three here, and like
Sure.
if you open the ribbon and it just like it will be open.
Yeah, yeah.
But then that's how the shorts are made, and I thought that was like an amazing statement, and I thought the whole outfit was amazing for me, to be fair. And I go there, I go to that restaurant opening, and I got complimented. Like I got complimented a lot on that piece, and oh wow, you dressing whatever. And then I posted a picture of that on my Instagram, and they were like mostly positive comments, but there were a couple of negative ones. But then I'm like, okay, because I know people will be like affected by the negative ones, like they will forget the positive and just look at the negative. I saw the negative ones. I'm like, I don't know you, so
Yeah, yeah.
you can say what you want to say. I was like, I don't know you, so
It doesn't really.
yeah, your
bother
opinion
me.
doesn't really matter. Yeah, so I just left it. Yeah.
But I'm sure you also dress for comfort, right?
Oh, yeah. Like I'm not gonna like kill myself.
It's like yeah, like I'm gonna fit into that. Like
Oh.
no matter what.
No. Yeah. I'll dress for comfort. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll make sure I'm comfortable. Yeah.
Any outfits, special outfits that we can expect for the Phoenix Games?
Definitely.
Definitely.
You know you're gonna expect like I've already got like shorts shipped in.
Oh wow.
I got like the shoes picked out, and I don't know if you remember last year, but I wore like a bandana, but like I did like a Tupac style.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
So I'm gonna do something similar, but like just wait and see. But like I already got like a couple of outfits like already packed, like already like I got them, I put them in the bag, and I'm like, okay, this is for day one.
Oh wow.
So I already have a few. So yeah, just wait. You
I look forward to it.
yeah, it'll be amazing.
Any future plans as far as after the Phoenix Games? Are you looking forward? Do you have any certain plans that you want to go on about, whether it's sports related or art related or
So two things. So because I did the High Rocks last weekend, I'm excited about it right now, and so there's another one coming up at the end of the year that I want to do,
okay.
and so I will also be training. So because I know how I can improve my time, I just want to see if I can improve on my time in Dubai, and if I can get a better score, then I'll be happy about that. And I'm working on like it's just very early stages, like very early stages, like you said, like my fashion or whatever. And I thought I would venture into that part of the market, athletic wear, athleisure wear.
Yeah.
It's very early stages, but like give you the scoop. I'm not gonna like say the name yet or anything like this, but it's I'm in talks like of having my line,
Oh, wow.
of having
It's
my
in the
sports
works.
line. Yeah, it's in the works. Having my sports line, and hopefully that will be something successful as well.
I hope you make some plus size.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I'll make it for everybody. I'll make it for everyone. Don't worry about it.
For people who don't know, actually, I wish we touched this on earlier, but for the people who don't know the High Rocks, you mentioned it's an 8 kilometer
Yes.
race, but
Yeah.
every kilometer
There's a station.
there's a station
Yeah.
workout, certain
Yes.
workout.
So it's eight kilometers in total. You start with the first 1 kilometer run.
Yeah.
And then so between each run, there's a station.
Yeah.
There's a ski erg station. There's a rowing station. Farmers carry, sled push, sled pull, burpee broad jumps, sandbag lunges, and then final one is wall balls.
Wow. Does it change every year?
It's the same standard test.
Really?
So that's what's good about it, that it could be one of those things that if you want to test yourself and see how your fitness is improved, to keep on coming and doing it because it's the same workout. It doesn't change.
Oh, wow.
So there are people that does this on professional level, and then there are the rest of us that just just go and have
Go and
fun.
have fun, test your abilities,
Yeah.
and your skills.
Yeah. But like a lot of those people that would come and do it again, like they want to get like a faster time, like they want to do it faster. But like, it's one of those workouts since it doesn't change.
Yeah.
It is a good measure of your fitness and your
Wow.
improvement. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. That's actually very interesting. It
It's really
happens
nice.
happens every year in the Emirates.
So it's this is the first year they had it in Dubai and in the Middle
So it's a
East.
global thing?
It's a global thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Literally every month, you will find a Hyrox event somewhere around the world, mostly in Europe because that's where it started. But yeah, like literally at least twice a month, it's either in Denmark or London or Chicago or now Dubai is in the mix. And but this one that we did was the first one in Dubai. But like Hyrox is every month.
Oh, wow.
Like every month you can fight a Hyrox competition.
I look forward to watching you compete in that.
Thank you.
And of course, the Phoenix Games is happening on the 22nd,
23rd.
Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you and watching you because you're always the brightest one on that field.
Yeah.
So
And it's like everyone's like everyone's like sees and stuff, and then there's me just like walking in like with all my colors and like we got this.
I think at one point I've heard some people waiting for you to come out and be like they were trying to guess what he's going to be wearing this year. So I think it's
That's amazing.
it's cool. It's interesting and it's fun.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
And
much.
I appreciate you coming here today.
Oh my God! Thank you for having me.
It's always great to catch up with you.
Whenever you want me back, I'll be back. So, yeah.
Right after the Phoenix Games.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe
I'll be back.
we'll have a post Phoenix Games
Hey, I'll be here.
podcast.
I'll be here. No worries.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.